Hello there. What is going on, everyone? As we are now in December, we're going to start asking questions on what to expect in 2025 and even a little bit beyond. We're going to look to the future a little bit for Star Wars Legion in today's video. This will be a sort of an approximation of things that have been announced, other things that have been leaked, and things that we can sort of guess that are coming. And I'll be very clear on things that I'm sort of speculating on versus things that have been absolutely announced and things that have been leaked, which don't really count as an announcement, but are kind of like soft confirmation. So I'll be pretty clear on what is what. And for the most part, we're going to be talking about hard confirmed things that are coming in 2025. But there is definitely a little bit of room for speculation because they don't ever tell us everything that's coming. They like to save a lot of the big reveals for big events like Mini Stravaganza or, of course, Adepticon when they do their big community address. And so that's kind of where we got a lot of the different things that have been spoiled recently, and that's some of the stuff that we'll use to inform this video. But if you haven't paid attention to everything that has been spoiled, or if you're curious what is confirmed and what is coming for 2025, let's talk about it in today's video. Plus, if you guys aren't already, make sure you're subscribed and leave a comment on this video. That is going to get you entered in to win one of our wonderful giveaways for the 12 Days of Life Day. We're going to be announcing actually one of those winners at the end of today's video. This is actually, I believe this is going to be the first, depending on when this video goes live, this should be the first of 12 giveaways for the month of December. So we're celebrating Life Day in good science fiction style and Star Wars style by doing some giveaways for you guys as a way to give back. And to win that, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment. And also, one other thing about the giveaways, anything that goes, you have 30 days to claim your prize. If you don't, and again, that you can do that just by emailing me at mailcrabbok@gmail.com, and let me know what you won because there's a lot of giveaways. I don't want to give you the wrong thing. But also, anything that does not get claimed will roll over into extra giveaways for Patreon. So I do a lot of giveaways over there, and so the patrons always get bonuses. We're usually between January and February of different giveaways and stuff that I'm doing. I mean, I do them throughout the year as well, plus early access to some videos and some behind the scenes stuff, Discord channel access, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. But it's an extra bonus for being a patron beyond just having like your name in the credits and other stuff like that. So something to think about if that's something that you are considering and want to help support the channel. There's links for all of that stuff, plus our Discord in the video description below. So first off, I want to talk about some things that were leaked and some things that have been announced as far as core Star Wars Legion updates in 2025. As you know, they are working on they have this new edition, this 2.6, or what a lot of people are calling Legion 2.0. They said only the first half has been revealed so far, so the second half of all of these big updates are coming in 2025. And amongst these updates is an extra round of balancing in errata. They've talked heavily about Lando and Callus and certain other cards that are going to be retouched. Every card will have the new art style that matches the new look, the new face of Star Wars Legion under Atomic Mass Games. And so the rest of the cards are going to be hit with that, plus new card packs are going to be coming out. We've already seen leaked the title of basically a mercenary card pack, so that gives us an idea that there's going to be probably multiple card packs. It won't just be one card pack for everything. It looks like it'll be card packs for different factions or different types of cards depending on what you need, so you can get stuff a la carte or a la card, if you will. Haha, terrible. I know, it's awful. It's that's almost worth a mini crab. That's worth a mini crab right there. That's how terrible it is. It's time for mini crab. Okay. So sorry about oh no, go away, mini crab. You're done. Okay. So we know that sort of thing is coming, and so that's interesting because we're going to be getting possibly changes to rules as well, but definitely some tweaks, and they've been giving us some little updates already. We've recently seen one on about how steady and those type of actions like relentless and charge work, and so more, they've been trickling out this new rule set I'm not a big fan of the trickle down rules, how they come out, but that's kind of how it is. But that's something that's definitely coming. Also, faction identity is something that they've been talking about. We're probably going to get more of that next year. One of the things they talked about is that some factions will have potential changes to the numbers to like basically how many of each type that they can take, specifically in the cases of commanders and operatives. So some factions may have access to more than 2 commanders or less than 2 commanders per list, or more than 2 or less than 2 operatives per list. Now this shouldn't make you too upset, because there's always room to tweak those in battle forces as well. Battle forces is something else that may be coming out. They did talk about the Geonosian battle force all years ago that was supposed to come out shortly after the Geonosians, and that has evaporated. So hopefully that will come out. My guess, and this wouldn't be the first time that they've kind of announced something and then it evaporates, like they talked about wanting to do Vader down. That never happened. So I actually have my own version on Crabbok.com, as well as an ultimate. So it's an ultimate Darth Vader encounter. I also have an ultimate Palpatine encounter. So if you want to check those out, you can head over to Crabbok.com and download those and try them out for free, along with the Legion AI system. All kinds of interesting stuff like that. So there's things like that. And that's also a reminder that I still need to update the Legion AI system for 2.0. So that's also in the works. It's been busy with the holidays and everything, so that will be on the way. But I think the Geonosian battle force, this is a little speculation here, because they talked about it, but it's been so long, it almost seems like it may not be coming. They may be holding it for what has been kind of soft confirmed as Gungans. They haven't talked about Gungans openly, but they have shown off Gungans in artwork in multiple locations, including the new rule book, which is a prominent Gungan piece, with Kadus and Gungan infantry and all kinds of stuff. So Gungans are clearly coming. They've clearly commissioned artwork for Gungans and put a lot of thought into how many will have shields versus how many won't. I think we're going to see, it just has all the telltale signs of Gungans that are coming. I'm surprised they haven't hard announced them yet. I think it's one of those things where they wanted to tease us and kind of rest assured, yes, they're coming, but we can't officially announce them yet. And so they'll probably be announced next year if they're in the rule book. They probably wanted to have a little more time to develop them. Maybe there was some delays. I mean, they're reprinting an awful lot of stuff right now. Maybe a whole new battle force wasn't necessarily the priority before getting all of the core stuff out there. That's probably my guess. But I think maybe a Geonosian battle force would work very well if it were launched alongside a Gungan battle force, because then you'd have both a new Separatist and a Republic battle force launching kind of in tandem, so you have a little bit of symmetry there and a little bit of balance instead of just one faction getting a new battle force. That might be something that they plan to do. I do think the Geonosians might need something else added to the Separatist faction, or at least to the Geonosian battle force, to make that one feel a little bit more thematic and flushed out. But who knows? They don't necessarily have to, but I think it'd be a good idea if they want to do a Geonosian battle force to add at least 1 or 2 new unit options for Geonosians. So that's partially speculative. I mean, it's not super speculative, because definitely it looks like Gungans are coming, or at least are planned, but who knows if they'll be in 2025 or not, since they haven't actually confirmed them outright yet. We don't know if it's a distant unit or it's a near future unit that's coming. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I wanted full disclosure on that. But I do want to talk about things that have been hard confirmed, and again, we're gonna look through some of the things that they've confirmed. We already know crab droids; they're already up for pre-order. We already know that these guys and the aqua droids are up for pre-order. These are coming in Q1. Also, if you've seen me talk about the crab droids, I misspoke and said we hadn't seen their unit cards yet, and we absolutely have. I had the graphic the whole time. And I totally had a brain fart. When you get to be an old gamer like me, sometimes the memories fade away. That's why we write things down. So I'd like to apologize on that. Of course, we do have the Crab Droid unit card already spoiled. It just wasn't shown on the pre-order page, and for whatever reason I spaced, and these things can happen, and I accept that. I take responsibility for that error, and I hope that you will forgive me in this wonderful holiday season. All right, moving forward, yes, and Aqua Droids are also up for pre-order. And again, this one was a little weird because it talked a little bit about the their Quarren commander that was, I think, originally supposed to come with them, but is clearly not on the box art and not labeled in box's contents. So it also seems that there's a Quarren commander that may be coming also for the separatists, which does kind of indicate some underwater stuff, maybe some Rift Hampson, action going on, maybe some Captain Akbar, and that would also be a good segue to bring in the Gungans, because didn't the Gungans help out a little bit in that, in the Mon Calamari arc? So it's just, they're swimmers. It's just like it all works. It's just a good time to do all of this stuff. So I think 2025 is going to be a really fun year for Star Wars Legion. So moving forward, on to things that aren't up for pre-order yet, at least at the time of me recording this video. ARF Troopers, they're also going to have a Jedi counterpart, which is a first chance to get a generic Jedi in the game of Star Wars Legion, which I think a lot of people have been waiting for. A lot of customization options here. Looking to see more about ARF Troopers as they get closer to pre-order and then get closer to like spoiler articles and things like that. And then on to reprints. We're going to be getting, again, reprints of a lot of the core stuff that was only available in soft plastic. I know a lot of painters are really kind of be anxious to get some new Stormtroopers to shore up their Empire units. And again, since in like the new edition, they've changed it to where you can now run like double size units. If you're like a GW or any kind of Warhammer player, you might call these reinforced units. But yeah, these are going to be fun. I really like the Stormtroopers. I really like painting Stormtroopers. So I'll probably pick up at least one of these packs. Even though I've got way more Stormtroopers already that I can use, I'll probably pick up a pack. They look like they could be really fun. Rebel Troopers, I don't know how I feel. Now, I like what they've done with the different head options. You're not getting that many different body sculpts, but you are getting a lot of different head sculpts, so you can really do some options here. This looks like a really well thought out pack. I just don't know how I feel about Rebels. I have a problem with like the Rebel army being like that everybody kind of looks the same. At least they've changed the way the Rebel Troopers, like they don't all have trench coats and stuff anymore, but like if you look at like the stuff that's in Legion now for the Rebels, all the units look so similar to me between your Rebel Commandos and then your Rebel Troopers, and then you also have that new Rebel Sleeper Cell. Like they all look like, if you were to paint, and unless you paint them differently, you put them all in a box and good luck telling who's who. I mean, at least to a layman, if you've built them all, then you'll probably know the little apparatus on this one. That means he's this. But like as far as like general design, I'm glad that they've at least kind of removed the trench coats a little bit, and I get that it's probably got to be hard to get licensing through Lucasfilm on like what's going to be a Rebel Trooper and how is that going to look so distinct when we've seen so few of them on screen. I don't know. I don't know how you do it, but it just makes me like not want to play Rebels because I just don't feel like they have an army identity as much, and it's just a weird thing. So I don't know if I'm going to even pick these guys up. I don't know. That's just me though. But let me know your thoughts. I don't usually play Rebels in Legion. I like Rebels. I like the hero faction of it, but like I kind of want to play Rebels without Rebel Troopers. Like I wonder if they could do like a battle force that's just all heroes for Rebels, like a much smaller, like give us the Ghost Crew, and then just let me run operatives and commanders and no core whatsoever. Like let me really have like a whole list that's like 8 people up against like 200 stormtroopers, and let's see what we can do. Like I think that would be thematic. I don't know if that actually fits into Star Wars Legion gameplay unless it was some kind of custom scenario, but let me know if that's something that you think that you'd be interested in trying out as maybe like a, just a one shot for Legion. Scout Troopers, again, great looking models. I've always liked the Scout Troopers. I've always liked their design. Return of the Jedi has always been my favorite Star Wars movie. And it's been most impactful for me. I was very young and impressionable when I saw it. It had a huge impact on me. And these guys were super cool. I think my very first Star Wars action figure was a Scout Trooper on the speeder bike of all time. Like one of my earliest memories as little baby Crab. You know, I remember like hitting that little button on the back and the dude flew off. And so I've always loved these guys. These guys look really cool. Rebel Commandos, again, they do have that same look. Commandos are becoming more important now. They've made a lot of changes to how strike teams are going to work. It's going to be interesting to see if they make any more changes to how strike teams are going to work, although I don't really anticipate a whole lot of new changes. They have done a lot to try to paint these up to make them look different than the Rebel Troopers, but still, since they're all wearing camouflage, it's a little tough to make because they still look very similar, and unless you paint them very distinctly, which I think most Rebel players would try to do, it can get a little confusing as to who's who. This is a cool thing. I like this pack. It's the Heroes of the Rebellion character expansion. Again, I think Luke Skywalker is going to be like the first character to have like the most different sculpts in the game. He's got so many different versions of Luke. I mean, Vader has a lot of different versions as well. But Luke, I think, is going to take the crown with #1 most alternate sculpts to run Luke Skywalker. Although this is technically Commander Luke Skywalker, and this is technically Operative Luke. We have a lot of different versions of Operative Luke. I mean, we have the original one, we have this one, we have the OP one. We also have lots of other versions of Commander Luke, in this speeder pilot outfit, and then the original one that came in the box. There's a lot of versions of Luke Skywalker out there. It's very something. But nice looking Leia. Leia looks good there. Han looks pretty good. Again, it's we'll have to see. Once the model comes out. I really hope they did them justice and made them look good. It's the previews they give us is kind of darker. I don't know. I think people are very hit or miss on how Han and Leia look. I think a lot of people want a proper Episode 4 Leia also. I think that could definitely work in Legion at some point. But sticking with the Endor kind of theme is what they've done here. And I guess that's fine. I guess that works. The weird thing to me is that they're doing a Darth Vader and General Veers character expansion. And it's strange to me why you would do this as a 2-shot, but then have this as a 5-shot. Like if these are supposed to be, what is it, 14, and this one's 103. So I mean, I don't even know where their numbers are coming in from. It's just weird to me to do something like that when you've already shown that you can put 5 guys in a box. Why not do another Operative Vader? Are they getting rid of Operative Vader? I wonder if they're going to do something like that. I don't know. Moving forward, in the previews that were unpainted as of the last preview, the Clone Trooper Infantry pack is going to be coming. You're going to get new sculpts of the Clone Troopers. I thought the Clone Troopers already looked really good, especially if you have the Phase 2s, but I think the Phase 1 Clone Troopers were like among the final units to still be sculpted in soft plastic, even though it was really good soft plastic. Again, one of those things you got to do. You got to get them all in the hard plastic. And Ahsoka is finally coming to the Republic, and they're doing this one pretty well. This is going to be a 2-pack. You're going to be getting a Operative and a Commander version. You're getting younger Snips and then Commander Ahsoka Tano, so you're getting like 10-year-old and then 14-year-old or something like that. So that's a very cool thing. And of course, we already have adult Ahsoka, and I think that's really groovy. It gives you some options, and of course at like non-OP events, if you're playing casually, you could probably pick any model you want and just use whichever one is appropriate for it, as long as your opponent agrees to it. Although if you're playing in a tournament or official, you have to use the right model for the version of the character you're doing, because you don't want to confuse your opponent and kind of win through them making a mistake because they thought it was the wrong model. But either way, this is just a cool pack. Also, Clone Trooper Marksman is coming. This is going to be, because if you guys haven't been following along, they have changed both the Phase 1 and Phase 2 Clone Troopers to a single Clone Trooper Infantry, and now you are going to be getting this second one. So again, this is all the more reason why the Republic needs Gungans, because they're like really low on core options right now. So we're going to be getting the Clone Trooper Marksman, people who, and this relates to the giveaway for the 5 days of, or 12 days of Life Day, where I get 5. from the 12 Days of Life Day giveaway is we're actually giving away an old school promo for Legion, which is a Phase 1 clone trooper and a DC-15 trooper upgrade. And this one is a double-sided that has a B1E5C B1 trooper on the back. But the interesting thing about this, and why I thought this was appropriate of a giveaway for today's video, is that these guys will finally let you run that DC-15, which is currently not eligible in the current version of the clones. So this is going to make clone infantry feel a little bit more complete, or at least back up to where it was before this new edition came out. And so I think Republic players are going to be waiting for this one. A long-awaited unit, the Imperial probe droids, are also coming. We've got all the tech. We've had all the tech to make them work. We've had droids. We've had self-destruct. We've had incognito, if they want to give them that, of course, and observe. I think they're definitely going to have observe tokens that they can hand out, and I think they're definitely going to have self-destruct. I don't know if they'll have incognito or not, but it would make sense if they did, although they don't necessarily have to, because they weren't really incognito, right? They were pretty much pointed out right away, so probably not incognito, but something. There's all kinds of interesting stuff that they can do with these guys to make them useful. But also, I expect them fully to be able to go with all the Hoth, the Blizzard Force. I'm sure that they will probably go in there. I don't think they have said outright that they will go into Blizzard Force, but I mean, of course they will. How could they not, right? It's the Imperial probe droid. So these guys are going to be really cool. Empire players are going to be, have been waiting for those. I'm also really surprised that they showcased these guys with traditional flight stands. I don't know if AMG has, since they've taken over, if they've ever actually published something with a clear flight stand before. They always love to have somebody firing off of an explosion or something like that. And in this case, they're actually using a clear flight stand. And I think, I think it makes sense. I dig their dynamic flight poses that they put on things. I get that. But with these guys, they're slow moving. You'd never see the Imperial probe droids blasting off of an explosion or anything like that. So I feel like this is probably very appropriate to say this is a case where you just bite the bullet and go with a clear flight stand. And those work just fine. So if you're painting, though, you'll want to put some tape on the flight stand before you spray your primer on and stuff like that. Definitely do that. Or paint them first and put them on the flight stand afterwards. But that'll be an interesting one to see come out. And this is one that I'm extremely excited about, the Imperial High Command character expansion. Again, I don't know why this one isn't included with the Darth Vader and General Veers pack. I don't know. I would love to hear the story someday of why they decided to, put the Rebels all together, but then split the Empire up into multiple other packs. What's going on there? It's just weird to me. It's just weird. But you are getting you're getting Krennic in this one, which again we already have Krennic, but again soft plastic, reprinting everybody. They gave him his hat here, but what's interesting here is that you're getting 3 new officers, 3 new flag officers, and so we're getting General Tag, Grand Moff Tarkin, and Grand Admiral Thrawn, all new characters to Legion. This is one of the things I'm most excited about. I love to see Thrawn show up, even though he's not primarily known to be a ground commander. I don't think him. I mean, him and Tarkin would do very different things, but they're both more like planning strategy from afar. Whereas Tag is actually a general. I could see Tag being a little bit more involved directly into leading troops directly, whereas Tarkin, gosh, I don't know. I mean, Tarkin's been the administrator, and Thrawn is the planner. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to work and how they're going to play. There's a lot of people have homebrewed ideas and theories for how Thrawn would work, since he did lead a ground battle in Star Wars Rebels. He does have an on-screen canon, version of doing that. So it totally works. But I can't wait to see. Definitely can. I hope this does mean we get more Star Wars Ghost Crew, since we got Thrawn. Let's get more of the Rebels crew. And then mounted commanders are going to be coming. Now, this is something that looks like it's coming more in 2026, but we'll get more information on these in 2025. We're going to be getting Luke and Han on Tauntauns, as well as Grievous on his cycle. And so that's going to be pretty cool. We also, this was kind of the roadmap, so everything in 2025. Currently, as far as we know, still roughly on schedule. And I mean, I didn't mention the Outer Rim terrain pack because, frankly, I don't care about buying terrain from AMG. I mean, so many people making really, really good terrain. I just can't ever bring myself to buy any terrain from AMG, or I can't even bring myself to be interested in any terrain from AMG. I can't. It's the most uninteresting, uninspired terrain I've ever seen, so I don't even want to talk about it. But everything else looks really cool. So that's some of my thoughts, but I mean, if you feel differently, that's perfectly fine. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. So I did talk about giveaways. It's giveaway time. So today's giveaway again is for the Phase 1 Clone Trooper, which you can always spin it around and just use it as any clone trooper if you want, since there aren't really Phase 1s anymore. But this was one of the first OP kits for Legion. This was a very, very old Legion promo, and then and it's being grouped with the double-sided B1 and the DC-15 Phase 1 Trooper. So this is a twofer. And today's winner, let's pull it up, is Joseph Moberly 2109. Congratulations, Joseph. Go ahead and shoot me an email at mailcrabbok@gmail.com, and I'll get your contact info, and I'll get your shipping info, and we'll get this all shipped out to you. If you did not win, don't worry. There's lots more giveaways to happen. There's 12 days of Life Day. There's 11 more opportunities to win. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. And then check out some links. Jump, social media stuff. We're on we're everywhere. We're on Instagram. We're on Blue Sky. And I'm just Crabbok over there right now. Blue Sky is like this new, well, it's not a new thing. It's been around for years. I've been on there for years. I just haven't been using it very much. I'm trying to post more on different social media platforms, doing a lot of photos on Instagram and Facebook and on Discord. And so you can join our Discord community as well. It's linked in the video description below. And then Crabbok.com. I actually took all ads off of Crabbok.com. I was running ads on there to help pay for the site. I wasn't making very much. I was making like $9 a month, and the site cost me $10 a month or something like that for hosting, or something like that. So it was barely breaking even, but the ads just got to be really annoying. And I would, like, when I would go and like look at my own site, I'm like, there's pop-ups like all over the place, and I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth having a resource that's going to be so hard to navigate. So that's just something I just eat the expense for you guys. Well, that Patreon helps with that. So that's kind of, that's one of the things that I'm doing for you guys. But there's no more ads over. If you want to go to Crabbok.com and check it out, check out the free content that I have up there for you guys. It's available. There's other product reviews as well. If you're looking for gift ideas, we've got a whole selections for stuff that's over there as well. So, yeah, cool stuff. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing. Hopefully you're having a wonderful holiday season. And as always, may the force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. The spice must flow. You can't take the sky from me. And always wash your socks.